Pokemon Legends Arceus added some of the best new Pokemon in the franchise. But if you want to use these Pokemon, you can only do so in the Hisui region. Well, until now that is. Yep, I'm going to play through Pokemon Scarlet in its entirety using only Hisuian Pokemon. And to make things spicy, I'll be playing with Hardcore Nuzlocke rules that are on the screen now. So, can I conquer the Paldea region using only the ancient Pokemon of Hisui? Let's find out. Okay, before I go on my new adventure, I'll need a starter Pokemon. Professor, get these losers out of my sight. Well, except for Quaxley, that duck is amazing. But this is a Hisuian run only, so we need a Hisuian starter. Arceus, can you help a guy out here? Oh, isn't that convenient? It's a Cyndaquil. Right, so now would be a good time to explain how encounters will work in this run. Basically, every new area I go to, I can randomly get a Hisuian encounter. And because we're in Cocoa Path, we can spin the wheel and... boom! Hisuian Zora is our first encounter. Now, I did want to show off Loki against Arven, but because of the ability Illusion, he takes the form of Rengoku, fooling the squirrel, who keeps trying his luck going for tackles. After that embarrassing display from Arven, we make some progress until our self-proclaimed rival Nemona ambushes us for a fight. Loki is the star once again, one-shotting both a Quaxley and Terrestrialized Pawmi with a stab swim each. We enter the academy for the first time, dealing with some Team Star grunts hassling this girl. Seriously, Game Freak? We went from this to this. So colourful? What? Not sure what you're seeing, my man. With the academy stuff dealt with, we can finally start making progress on our three main objectives. The gym challenges, the Titan Pokemon, and the Team Star bases. But before any of that, the only thing on my mind is our next encounter. So, let's bring the wheel. We grab our Voltorb from the field, and now we have a team of 3. Hey Vegeta, how many people haven't subscribed to the channel yet?
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000? There's no way that can be right!
Nah, I think they're right, Nappa. If you've been enjoying the videos and you want to support me, hit that subscribe button. Thank you. Katie is first on the hit list, but before we take her and her bugs on, Rengoku can evolve into a Quilava, giving us a powerful fire type. And well, we all know what happens to Katie and a bug Pokemon. Yep, Rengoku shows no mercy, one-shotting every last one of them with Terrestrialized Embers. Hopefully someone called the Fire Brigade, as this got pretty messy. Katie hands over the badge while giving us some of her cupcakes to eat. Next up is the Stony Cliff Titan Clorf, but before we take him on, we are in a new area, so let's bring out the wheel. Now, because we can't actually evolve Stantler in this game, it is worthy that we find and add to the team. Clorf is still kind of a problem with my current team, but I have a plan. We jump on Koraidon and go on a bit of an adventure across Paldea. Eventually we get to the Tag Tree Thicket and... oh, right, let's ignore this weirdo for now. Anyway, once we get here, we can grab ourselves a Leaf Stone. With this stone, our boy Speedy evolves into a Hisuian Electrode. Clorf gets cornered and we take on the giant crab. A Chloroblast does insane damage, almost taking it out in the second phase, but at the cost of some huge recoil damage. Thankfully, we just survived the Vice Grip, allowing Shelter to finish it off with a water gun. Arven gets his hands on the herbs and then gives us a badge for helping him out. The next destination is Artisan City, where Brassius and his grass-type Pokemon need to be taken care of. We are forced to play hide and seek with the Sunfloras, but we get the job done, allowing us to take on the gym leader. Similar to Katie, Rengoku can Terrestrialize and start burning through all of the grass Pokemon. Sudowoodo actually does survive the hit, but it goes for a Trial Blades instead of a Rock Throw. Yeah, okay then. Allowing Rengoku to deliver the final blow on the Sudowoodo, ending its life. We've defeated Brassius and we add another gym badge to the collection. Once again we enter a new area and that means a new encounter. I mean, I'm not mad, as Hisuian Avlog is a physical wall, but I can't evolve it until after the Larry Gym, so for now it can just be a spectator. Still wanting some more firepower, we head to another area and spin the wheel. Poison Dark is one of my favorite typings, so I expect this little guy to come in handy at some point. With a full team of 6, we go on another Titan hunt. Bombardier is the unlucky target as we race up the mountain with ease, avoiding the boulders it desperately drops down, hoping it would stop us. Speedy is the Titan specialist at the moment, and although a terrestrialized Thundershock is not enough to one-shot the bird on its first phase, we can easily eat a pluck from the stalk before we send it fleeing with another Thundershock. It does have a cheeky bite on some herbs, powering it up, but Speedy is not phased as back-to-back Thundershocks eliminate the Titan. Arvon can get more herbs for his sandwiches, and we power up Koraidon while getting another badge. Teamstar probably thinks that we've forgotten about them, and while Giacomo is up next, I do some back jumping on Koraidon to get me up here to grab the TM Giga Drain for Speedy. We bust our way through the base, beat up his grunt's pathetic Pokemon, and force the boss out for a battle. Speedy, equipped with leftovers, can easily take out the Pornard with Giga Drains while keeping him healthy. Now it's the Starmobile's turn to take some punishment, and by using Giga Drains, Protect, and Leftovers, we can heal more than the damage we take, and after a bit of time, we put an end to Giacomo and his base. Just give me my badge now, thanks. We leave the base, and not far from here is Asada Desert, so we make our way through there and bring up the wheel. Rowlet is the winner, and I'm never going to complain about getting another starter Pokemon. Iona and her electric Pokemon are holding the next badge, so Levincia City is the next destination. Hey Tic Tac, it's me. Okay guys, let me just quickly deal with the Mona, I won't be long. Hopefully that keeps her off our case for a while. Finally, we can go face to face with Ono, and once again, Speedy is the main man here. We terrestrialize on a Wattrel, taking it out with a couple of Thundershocks. Luxio is next, but back-to-back Giga Drains is all it takes to beat it. Bellibolt is a tank, absolutely eating the hits, but at the same time it can't hurt us as we stay healthy with Giga Drains and Leftovers. Now it's her ace, the terrestrialized Mismagius, but too bad for her electrical ghost. Giga Drains from Speedy just deals too much damage while healing us, meaning we can 1v1 it and come out on top. She hands over the gym badge and we are done here. Mela and a stupid turtle are next up, but before I delete her from existence, we have a couple more encounters we can grab. First we go to East Providence Area 3 and we spin the wheel. Ursulina would have been amazing for Mela, but unfortunately he can't evolve until level 30. Next we go to West Providence Area 2 and we bring up the wheel. With Oshawott added, we have all 3 Hisuian starters in our squad. Tanjiro doesn't get to enjoy being an Oshawott for long as we evolve him straight away. Right, I don't even want to know what these Tauruses are doing to that pig. Oh great, they saw me. With some adjustments to the team, we go straight to the Team Star Fire base, wrecking havoc on the grunts, forcing Mela to come out of hiding. Tanjiro, fresh from the wild, is ready to drown some Pokemon. Torkoal is up first, and I decide to use Protect as I want to waste a turn of the harsh sunlight. We follow up with a huge terrestrialized Surf, bringing the turtle below half health. A sun-boosted Flame Wheel does hurt, but we protect again to waste some more sun turns and also get some leftovers health. After that, the turtle is drowned by a second Surf from Tanjiro. Now it's a giant car, and we start trading blows with it, getting it fairly low on health. Unfortunately, Tanjiro is also low on health and burnt, so Rengoku tags in from here and sends a car to the scrapyard with a couple of super effective digs. Mela has been beaten and we shut down another Team Star base. The Lurking Steel Titan is our next task, so we head to his lair. We chase down the derpy slug until finally Rengoku can corner it and take it out with some terrestrialized embers. We do the exact same thing in the second phase, shrinking the Orthworm into nothing. Ivan gets some more sandwich ingredients, and well, I get my badge from the guy. Kofa and his team of water Pokemon are next up to take out, so we head to Cascarafa. As we get to the gym, the coward starts running away from us, but thankfully we can track him down in a city nearby. Oh, I almost forgot, with a new level cap of 30, Loki can finally evolve into one of my favorite Hisuian Pokemon, Hisuian Zorak. We start our battle with Kofu, and to be fair, I don't blame the guy for running away after what Speedy does to his poor Pokemon. Speeder terrestrializes and then starts thunderbolting everything in sight, taking them out in a single hit. His stupid crab actually survived the hit on a slither and almost takes out Speedy with a huge crab hammer. But our ball of electricity holds on and delivers one more thunderbolt, sending this crab to the afterlife. We get our badge and our photo and we can leave this city. Team Star is back on the radar, and this time it's Atticus and his poison Pokemon that need to be taught a lesson. The people over there seem to be arguing about something. What do you want to do? Say hello or get a little closer? How are these the only two options? Also, because we're in a new area, we can actually spin the wheel for another encounter. Okay, cool. A Rufflet. Too bad this thing doesn't evolve until level 54, so that's kinda lame. But do you know what isn't lame? Our big boy Ursaluna Beast. This thing is an absolute monster. We start the fight and Skuntank thinks it's clever by poisoning our bear with Toxic. But this is one of the rare occasions that being poisoned is a good thing. Why, you ask? Well, because of guts. So with our powered up terrestrialized bear, we stomping tantrum the Skuntank, Rivaroom and Muck, taking them all out in a single hit. The Starmobile finally comes out, but our beastie bear Ursaluna goes for a headlong rush which completely obliterates this hunk of junk with a single blow. Atticus hands over the badge, and that's another base we've shut down. Larry and his normal type Pokemon are next up, and the gym is in a restaurant. We order the special menu item, and the man comes out to face us. I lead with Hawk and... oh yeah, I forgot to mention that all three starters have evolved into their final Hisuian forms. Anyway, back to the fight. Hawk can bulk up twice on the koala before being put to sleep with a yawn. Expecting that, Hawk is holding a Chesto Berry, so we wake up on the same turn. The koala then pays for yawning me as I end its life with a triple arrows. The Dunsparce is next in, and I'm worried about the Staraptor at the back, so I go for a Trailblaze to deal damage and raise my speed. Then this stupid yellow slug paralyzes me with a glare, throwing my sweep out the window. Rengoku tags in for free as a Hyper Drill doesn't affect us before delivering an insane eruption, putting an end to the Dunsparce. Finally, his Ace Raptor comes out, but a full HP eruption absolutely destroys Larry's bird, giving us the victory. We get some food to eat and then add another gym badge to the collection. Nimona decides she wants to fight us in front of her idol Gita, and well, let's just say that this wasn't a good idea. Hawkins successfully set up with bulk ups on the Lycan Rock before bringing out the broom and sweeping straight through her team. Yeah, you didn't really think this through, hey Nimona. We continue the gym challenge mission with Rhyme and her ghost waiting for us in the snowy regions. 1 + 1 is 2, right? Right? Listen, Junior, perhaps you should learn basic maths before you start owning Pokemon. After breezing through the trainers, Rhyme finally makes an appearance. Mimikyu goes for the Shadow Sneak on Rengoku, but it's actually Loki, so it has no effect. Loki then Shadow Balls the Banette, taking it out in a single hit. Beast then goes for a stomping tantrum, breaking Mimikyu's disguise. Mimikyu still hasn't learned his lesson, going for another Shadow Sneak, which can't hurt Loki, before a Shadow Ball takes it out. Beast goes for a stomping tantrum on the Houndstone, but it survives a hit and then goes for a Phantom Force, which can't touch either of us. Toxtricity terrestrializes into a Ghost type, meaning a super effective Shadow Ball is more than enough to get the kill, before Loki follows up with one more Shadow Ball on the Houndstone, taking it out. We earn another badge, and we take a selfie while Rhyme is performing. Now it's time to continue the Titan hunt, and this time it's the Quaking Earth Titan that needs to be stopped. To be honest, Speedy makes light work of this giant elephant with Giga Drains, although Arvin Scavillion gets the finishing touch with a Razor Leaf. We all know the drill. Arvin gets some more herbs, I get another badge, and now we can fly. Well, technically we're gliding. The makeup special at Tulip and her psychic team is next on the hit list, so we head to the gym and... oh, it's Nimona again, huh? Okay, hold on for a second. This won't be long. This guy's legitimately looking at me thinking, hey, any tips to get jacked, buddy? Man, forget about the gym. You need some glasses. After all of that, Tulip is finally ready to take us on. Loki comes in disguise as Hawk, and we can set up with a calm mind before having our disguise broken from a Zen headbutt. Loki then goes for a super effective Dark Pulse, which can take out the Farigiraf in a single hit. Gardevoir also falls to a single hit, but this time it's from a super effective Shadow Ball. Espartha doesn't put up much of a fight either, as it too falls to a Shadow Ball. Finally, it's the Florges, and a super effective Shadow Ball gets the job done on Tulip's final Pokemon. She gives us yet another badge, and we only have one more gym to conquer. Hey, Rika here at your service. Which one of you are stronger, do you think? Well, I'm one of the Elite Four, so I'm more amazing. Wait a second. If Nemona is the youngest champion ever, then that means you never actually have to pass the champion assessment to be an Elite Four member. That doesn't make sense to me. Back to the Snowy Mountains we go, and before we can take on Grusha and his ice Pokemon in a gym battle, we need to slide Koraidon down the mountains. We enter the battlefield and Grusha makes his appearance. Okay, so Rengoku just kinda wipes the floor with Grusha's entire team. I give him a charcoal to hold, and we just start landing huge 150 base power, super effective eruptions on all his Pokemon. This really was that easy. The retired snowboarder gives us our final gym badge, and now we can face the Elite Four. But before we take them on, I have a couple of loose ends that I want to tie up. Our first objective is to take out Ortega and his stupid smug face from Team Star. Spike takes the lead, and one by one, he can eliminate Ortega's Azumarill, Wigglytuff, and even Dustbun with bar barrages. By the time the Starmobile is out, we're not healthy enough to stay in, so I switch in the Beast and Rengoku to wither it down and bust up the car. Although we ain't happy, we do take the badge from him and we leave the base. The Titan hunting is coming to an end, and this time it's the false Dragon Titan that we've been tasked to dispose of. One terrestrialized Thunderbolt from Speedy is enough for the Dondonzo to try and flee the scene and escape. We track down the fish, but this time it takes 2 Thunderbolts to get the job done. Tatsugiri then shows up in a bad mood, but Speedy gets him low on health before Tanjiro can tag in and slice up the sushi with some ceaseless edge attacks. Ivan can finally get his last set of herbs he needs, and we have finally got all his, well, rather useless gym badges. Oh, and his dog is feeling better. I feel like I should at least mention that. Last but not least, we have the final Team Star base to conquer, which is protected by Eerie and her fighting Pokemon. Right, so this is kind of embarrassing, but I forgot to hit record when I did this fight. But fear not, I will tell you exactly what happened. Loki takes a lead, but is disguised as Rengoku. With our disguised friend, we go for Nasty Plots, raising our special attack, while Toxicroak keeps going for failing Sucker Punches. Once Toxicroak runs out of Sucker Punches, Loki can then start the sweep. Toxicroak dies to a quad effective Psychic. Annihilate dies to a super effective Shadow Ball, Passman and Lucario also get taken out with a Psychic each, and finally her Starmobile goes down to a single +6 Psychic from Loki. Eerie then hands over the badge, and we get a photo as usual. Now that we've collected all 18 badges, we can start the endgame content. The Pokemon League Elite Four, and of course their champion Gita, is the first thing I want to deal with. We enter the building, and Rika the ground type specialist starts the fight. Hawk sets up with bulk ups, raising his defense and attack stat, while a Wishcash goes for a future side attack. Hawk then terrestrializes using a quad effective Trial Blaze, raising Hawk's speed and ending her first Pokemon. Camerupt comes in, but a Leaf Blade is more than enough to take care of this camel. Unfortunately, Donphin has Sturdy, so a Leaf Blade can't take it out. We then get hit with a Poison Jab, which would have been okay until we got poisoned. Donphin gets taken out with a second Leaf Blade, but Hawk is also on a timer due to poison. Dugtrio is next, and not wanting to risk anything, I tag in Speedy while Dugtrio goes for a Sandstorm. Speedy then uses Giga Train to absolutely destroy the Dugtrio and force in her ace, Clodsire. Because Clodsire terrestrializes, he is now weak to a Grass and Stab, super effective Chloroblast, sending this thing straight back to Rika in a single hit. Rika isn't happy, but she calls out our next opponent, Poppy, for us. We start the fight against Poppy, and this time it's Rengoku that takes the lead. Rengoku tears through a Copperizer with a massive eruption. Then it's Bronzong, who also stood no chance of surviving an eruption. Poppy doesn't learn a lesson, sending in Corviknight, who, well, shares the same fate. Magnezone has Sturdy, so it survives a flamethrower, but annoyingly sets up a light screen before I can take it out. Now to Ace Tinkerton, who does survive the eruption thanks to the light screen, but a Stone Edge is not enough to kill us, so we follow up with one more flamethrower and we get the win over Poppy. The fan favorite Larry is next up, and this time it's Speedy who takes charge. With Terrestrialize going for a Thunderbolt, which Tropius can survive as it's neutral. However, Speedy is just too nimble as he can dodge an air slash, allowing us to take out his Tropius without taking any damage at all. Staraptor comes in, but leaves just as quickly from a super effective Thunderbolt. Altaria does survive a Thunderbolt and does some damage back with a Dragon Pulse, but Speedy eats the hit, then goes for a second one, taking it out. Now it's Oricorio, who just survives a Thunderbolt and then annoyingly confuses me with a Teeter Dance. Thankfully, Speedy stays focused and doesn't hit himself on the next turn, taking it out. And finally, it's his ace Flamingo, but thankfully Speedy once again can stay focused and deliver the final blow on Larry's Flamingo, giving us the win. Hassel and his dragons are now our final test, and Loki is ready to have some fun. We go for a nasty plot, doubling our special attack stat, while Novan hits us with a Dragon Pulse, doing massive damage. From here, the illusion wears off, and Loki can Terrestrialize into a normal type. Once Terrestrialized, we can just start Terra Blasting his way through everything. Novan, dead. Dragalge, dead. Flapple, dead. Haxorus, dead. And finally, Baxcalibur, dead. And with that, Hassel's been beaten, and there's only one thing left to do. Take on the champion, Geeta. Tanjiro leads against her Emu Espartha, and a Ceaseless Edge is agonizingly close to getting the kill. Espartha hits back hard with a dazzling gleam, but we take the hit and we finish off Geeta's first Pokemon. Gogoat comes in, so we tag in Rengoku, who can eat a Horn Leech on the switch. Rengoku then obliterates the goat with a huge eruption. Now it's Overload, and this thing has paper special defenses, so an eruption absolutely destroys it. King Gambit also stood no chance and melts away after one eruption. Veluza is next, but this time it's an Infernal Parade that's used to end her stupid fish. Her ace Glamora is now out, so I tag in Hawk, who can eat an Earth Power on the switch before slicing up her Glamora with a massive Leaf Blade. And with that, the champion has been bested. Our next task is to head to the lighthouse, where we find out that Arvin's mum, Professor Sada, needs to be rescued from Area Zero. But before we head down, Arvin wants to test our strength in a battle, so we take him on. Once again, Loki is the perfect lead, as we can disguise ourselves as Tanjiro and start nasty plotting while her Geetan keeps trying to hit us with body slams. Once in +6 in special attack, Loki can simply Terra Blast the Greedent, ending its life. Scorvillian, Toadscruel, Garnacle and Cloyster all try their best, but ultimately all fall to a single hit from Loki. Finally, it is Mabostiff, but let's not kid ourselves, it's nothing a Terra Blast can't handle. Arvin has been beaten and we can move on. Now it's Director Clavel's turn to be taught a lesson in Pokemon battling. Tanjiro leads and wastes no time, ceaseless edging the Oranguru and ending its existence. Abomasnow comes in, and expecting a Wood Hammer, I switch in Rengoku. Unfortunately, it goes for an Aurora Veil, which boosts its defense stats in the snow. Too bad, a quad effective eruption is more than enough to take it out, regardless of how many Aurora Veils it has. Now it's Gyarados, so Speedy switches in expecting an Aqua Tail, but instead he goes for a Stone Edge. Thankfully, a quad effective Thunderbolt can... excuse me, how does that not kill? Speedy can survive a second Stone Edge and get the kill on the next turn, but that could have been bad. Poltegus is his next Pokemon, so Tanjiro comes back in and takes out the Teapot with another Ceaseless Edge. Rengoku then returns to battle, burning his Amongus into ashes with an eruption. Finally, it's his Skeleridge, so I switch in Beast, Terrestrialize this bear, and then go for an insanely powerful headlong rush, crumbling the fiery crocodile. You tried your best, Director. Cassiopeia still needs to be dealt with, and, surprise surprise, the big boss is Penny. Hawk takes charge in this fight by bulking up and synthesizing when low on health. Once we get to +6 in attack, the sweep begins. Umbreon is triple arrowed, Flareon is triple arrowed, Leafeon is triple arrowed, Vaporeon is trial blazed, Jolteon is triple arrowed, and Sylveon is trial blazed. With all these losers out of the way, we have our final battle with our self-proclaimed rival, Nemona. I lead with Beast against a Lycanroc, and we start bulking up on a Rocky Dog. Once fully powered up, we unleash a high horsepower, crushing it to pieces. Pawmot is next in, and a close combat would have been an issue, but I'm at +6 in defense. We eat the hit well, and then crush a Pawmot into the ground. Gudra outspeeds and almost takes me out with a Muddy Water, but thankfully we survive the hit and we can take it out with an Avalanche. Now it's Orthworm, who is immune to ground moves, so I switch in Rengoku for free as it goes for a Body Press. On the next turn we go for an Eruption, sending this worm packing. The Dunsparce is next in, and this thing survives an Eruption, and then almost kills Rengoku with a super effective drill run. Speedy tags in and eats the drill run before taking out this monstrosity with a Giga Drain. Finally, it's her ace Quack Level, but Speedy can simply terrestrialize and summon a huge Thunderbolt from the sky to kill her dancing duck. The Mona has been beaten, but we still have one more thing to do. We head to the center of Paldea, where the entrance of Area 0 is. Once there, we meet up with Arvin, the Mona, and Penny before jumping on my Koraidon and fly down to the deepest depths of the Forbidden Land, going all the way down until we can finally reach the Professor's lab at the bottom. We open the lab and a bunch of ancient Pokemon come storming out. But my goal is the Professor, so see ya guys. The AI Professor wakes up from its slumber and we head down to where the time machine is. Once here, we shut it down, causing absolute chaos, which leads to the Professor losing control and wanting to battle us. She leads with a Slither Wing, which stands no chance against Rengoku and his eruption. Brupanet is next in, and expecting a Sucker Punch, I switch in Hawk. Hawk then can continue to bulk up on this infested mushroom as it continues to go for Sucker Punches and Giga Drains. We heal up with Synthesis, get into full HP, and then we unleash our attack. First it dies a Brupanet, who gets triple arrowed straight to the face. Screamtail then gets taken out with a Trial Blaze, while also raising my speed. Fluttermane also gets Trial Blaze, and it can't survive the hit. Now it's a Sandy Shock's turn to come in, and it gets destroyed by a Trial Blaze. And finally, one of the coolest Pokemon in my opinion, Roaring Moon, comes in, but unfortunately being cool doesn't help it from eating a super effective triple arrow straight in the face and dying in a single hit. The Professor has been defeated, and we have saved the day using ONLY Hisuian Pokemon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.